The art of dying is the same as the art of living. We all wonder what happens after we die. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, also known as Bardo Thodol, gives us an exact roadmap for the journey after death. This isn't some fluffy, vague spiritual theory. It's a practical guide that reveals the stages of death, what to expect, and how to find liberation in the afterlife. And in this video, we'll break it down. No BS, no fluff, just the facts. Introduction to the Tibetan Book of the Dead. The Tibetan Book of the Dead is an ancient text written around the 8th century by Padmasambhava, a Buddhist master. It's designed to be read to a person who is dying, guiding them through the process of death, the afterlife, and rebirth. This is not about speculation. It's a step-by-step manual for navigating the bardos, or transitional states after death. It's a no-nonsense guide to understanding what happens when the body dies and what the soul experiences immediately after. Let's get straight to it. What is Bardo Thodol? Bardo means intermediate state, the period between death and rebirth. Thodol means liberation through hearing. Put simply, the Bardo Thodol is a guide to achieving liberation after death by listening to its instructions. The goal is simple. Recognize the true nature of mind and break free from the cycle of suffering that keeps you stuck in rebirth. If you don't, you're just going to be pulled through the stages blindly. So, how does this all unfold after death? Let's dive into the real deal. Tibetan Buddhism describes 6 bardos, but the Tibetan Book of the Dead focuses on the 3 bardos directly after death. 1. The bardo of living, your current life. 2. The bardo of dreaming, the state during sleep. 3. The bardo of meditation, the deep state of meditation. 4. Chikai bardo, the moment of death. 5. Chonyid bardo, the bardo of visions. 6th, Sidpa bardo, the bardo of rebirth. In short, you're always in some bardo. The Tibetan Book of the Dead helps you navigate the 3 bardos that come right after death. Each bardo has its own rules and opportunities, but also dangers. Understanding them now can save you from being blindsided later. Chikai bardo, the moment of death. At the exact moment of death, the Chikai bardo kicks in. Your body shuts down, and your consciousness separates from the physical. This is when you experience the clear light of reality, the purest form of awareness. It's not some mystical vision. It's the ultimate nature of your mind. Here's the key. If you can recognize the clear light, you're liberated immediately. However, most people fail to recognize it because they're overwhelmed with fear, attachment, or confusion. When that happens, the consciousness moves to the next bardo. But if you can recognize this light, boom, you're free. The clear light of awareness. The clear light is pure awareness, free from any illusion, thought, or attachment. For most people, this is an incredibly hard thing to recognize. Why? Because we're trained to hold on to our fears, desires, and attachments. If you fail to recognize it, you continue through the bardo journey, which brings us to the next phase, the Chonyid bardo, the bardo of visions. If you didn't recognize the clear light, your consciousness enters the Chonyid bardo, the bardo of visions. In this state, you experience incredibly vivid and powerful visions. These can include peaceful deities, serene, compassionate beings, wrathful deities, terrifying figures that appear to attack you. Here's the catch. These deities are not external. They're projections of your own mind. They represent aspects of yourself, your fears, desires, and attachments. If you panic or try to run, you're going deeper into confusion. But if you recognize them as projections, you can break free, encountering peaceful and wrathful deities. At first, you encounter the peaceful deities. They're calm, luminous, and seem like protectors. If you recognize them as your true nature, you're on the right track. If not, then the wrathful deities appear. These are terrifying, like demonic, fearsome figures. Don't be fooled. they are still projections of your own mind. They symbolize wisdom and transformation. But if you don't recognize that, fear takes over. This is a crucial point. Fear and ignorance are your greatest enemies in the bardo. They'll drag you deeper into confusion. But awareness and understanding will free you. Self-reflection in the bardo of visions. In the Chonyid bardo, everything you experience is a mirror. The peaceful and wrathful deities are reflections of your own mind. If you can reflect on yourself and recognize that everything you encounter is a projection, you can find liberation. If you can't, you get stuck. The key here is self-awareness. Your entire experience after death is shaped by your inner state during life. Sidpa bardo, the bardo of rebirth. If you don't liberate yourself during the Chonyid bardo, you enter the Sidpa bardo, the bardo of rebirth. This is when the soul begins its journey toward reincarnation. But here's the catch. Your karmic actions from your past life, your desires, attachments, and unresolved emotions influence where and how you will be reborn. You can be reborn in one of 6 realms. 1. The realm of gods, devas. 2. The realm of jealous gods, asuras. 3. The human realm, considered the best chance for liberation. 4. The realm of animals. 5. The realm of hungry ghosts. 6. The realm of hell beings. The realm you enter depends entirely on your karmic tendencies. If your desires and attachments dominate, you'll probably be reborn in one of the lower realms. If you've cultivated wisdom and compassion, you might be reborn as a human, which gives you the best shot at breaking the cycle for good. How karma influences rebirth. Karma. It's the law of cause and effect. Your actions, thoughts, and emotions throughout your life determine where you'll be reborn. If you've lived a life of compassion and wisdom, you'll have a chance at a favorable rebirth. But if you've acted out of greed, hatred, or ignorance, you'll be born into a realm that reflects that, suffering in some form. Your karma isn't something you can escape. It's the driving force of your afterlife journey. That's why it's so important to live mindfully and align your actions with wisdom, compassion, and non-attachment. Tibetan teachings in daily life. The teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead aren't just for the moment of death. They apply to your life right now. The way you live, the way you think, the way you act, it all shapes your experiences after death. This isn't just abstract philosophy. Living with awareness and compassion today will determine whether you recognize the clear light after death, whether you're able to handle the visions in the Chonyid bardo, and whether you'll be trapped in the cycle of suffering or liberated in the Sidpa bardo. The importance of meditation and mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness are essential. They're not just ways to relax or clear your mind. They're tools to train your mind to be aware. When you meditate, you're learning to observe your thoughts without getting attached to them. That skill will be critical when you enter the bardos after death. If you're calm, aware, and detached, you can break free from the cycle of confusion. Otherwise, the chaos of your own mind will drag you into another cycle of rebirth. Final reflection. Death is not the end. It's simply a transition, a continuation of your journey. The Tibetan Book of the Dead offers a clear, no-nonsense guide to navigating that transition. But the best time to prepare is right now. Your actions, thoughts, and practices today shape where you go after you die. So live wisely, meditate, and be aware, because when the time comes, knowing the path can make all the difference. And that's it. The Tibetan Book of the Dead isn't some mystical theory. It's a roadmap for navigating life after death. It's about recognizing your true nature and freeing yourself from the cycle of suffering. The way you live now impacts what happens next. Karma, mindfulness, and meditation shape your journey after death. So, are you prepared to face it? If this video got you thinking, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Stay aware, live mindfully, And remember, the best time to start preparing for the next life is now.